Zebra English fans and teachers and applicants, just whoever is interested in Zebra English, or maybe you teach with another company and you're interested in props and different props that you can use in your classroom. Well, I am Teacher Joanne, and I have my ZebraEnglishJourney.com that you can check out all the information about Zebra English and any videos that you would like to watch and see if Zebra English might be a company that you would like to team up with. I personally love Zebra English, and if you read my website, watch my videos, you'll know why. But let's talk about props today. With Zebra English, you do not have to use any props. The lessons are designed so that you can use everything within the slides to have everything that you need to teach a great lesson. So that has made it very easy to teach with Zebra English. I loved props on my other platform, and I enjoyed using props, flashcards in 3D and 2D, and none of the technical props except a little stars to apples on my iPhone for rewards, but that was about it. But I love to use props, and I never thought I'd really get away from it. But with Zebra, I've noticed that little by little by little, sometimes I'm down to teaching a lesson with maybe one prop or no props, because the lessons are designed in such an excellent way that they have all the review, practice, and then extension that you need to teach a great lesson with Zebra English. So I'll tell you some of my tried and true props that I've sort of pared my prop collection down to, and I still use within Zebra English. Now just bear with me as I have these like sitting all around me, trying to bring them up here for you so that you can see them. But of course, number one, apple. It's always a great prop to use, whether you ask them if they like apples. Apples are in the lessons a lot, whether it's a fall lesson or a lesson about fruit, and they all know apple. And you can teach, up close, far away, this, that. So apple and my fruit items, they're great. Sometimes when I'm doing a fruit lesson, I have this little picnic basket, and I'll say, you get an apple, and then they can tell me what color it is, and then we can eat it and they can eat it, and I'll drop it into the picnic basket. It's just a little plastic picnic basket that I found like on clearance, and I use it a lot. And they can pick. Sometimes I'll give them two choices, like, do you want an apple or a piece of corn? And they get to pick which one they want, and then it goes into the picnic basket. So that's a lot of fun when you're, they always like food items. Icebreaker a lot of times, or getting to know my student, I'll use my ice cream. This was just like a little dollar pen, but I have used it for, do you like ice cream? And then, usually they do, what's your favorite flavor? Or which one is your favorite? And they'll tell me which one is their favorite, because most kids love ice cream. Another one to go along with the food, I have the hamburger, and I'll do the same thing. Do you like hamburgers, or what is it? And they will tell me what it is, and if they like it. Again, it's a great way to build rapport. And then here's one of their favorites too, if I can get to it without knocking everything else. Do you know what the word pizza is in Chinese? Pizza. Yes, we're learning that pizza is the same in any language. So they'll be like, oh, pizza, I love pizza, and they want to eat pizza. So that's another one that I think I asked my mom if I could have it. She had it with her grandkids, and she had 2 of them, so she let me have one, and that has been a hit with the kids. So again, that's something they can put in their picnic basket, or we can use it because pizza is in a couple of the lessons. Now, something else that I use, like at the end when I'm saying bye to them, and they're in the winner's circle, and especially if they're a trial student, I'll say, you get a trophy. yay, and clap, 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 and do all the celebratory stuff. But the trophy I bring out, I tell them for a great first lesson. So that has been a fun one to do because I see a little trophy that has their zebra coins on it. So I'll bring that out as a tangible reward. Some other items that I use, of course, these have been my very first props that I made for my first interview ever for ESL online teaching. I had the feelings lesson. So I printed these off the computer. I just found these images. I printed them off, cut them out. They were paper just on a little stick until I got a laminator and put them through that so I could make them sturdier. But I use these all the time, especially this one right here, and I'll say, are you happy? And I'll ask them if they're happy, and then sometimes I'll say, I am happy, and then I'll peek out from it, or I'll play a game with them and I'll ask them to guess what's behind the smiley face. So I'll be like this, and I'll be like, what is it? And they'll try to guess, and if they can't guess, then I'll lower it down, and then they'll say, monkey, and I'll be like, it's a monkey, and then we'll play with the monkey, and it's a bear or a lion, a panda. I have a few standard stuffed animals that we play a game, and that's like their reward. And this is a great icebreaker when you're first introducing a lesson or getting to know them, and you can say, are you happy? I am happy, and cover your face, play a game with it. So those have been my standbys for feelings. Are you sad, angry, happy? All right, now I also have flowers, and I love my flowers. They have been a great Dollar Tree investment, but when we're teaching the plant lesson, I can do stem like this, flower, and then it has been a great reward that even the boys like to do, which surprises me. And I just bought a $1 vase from the thrift store, and they get to, I'll hold up 2 flowers and I'll say, which one do you want, pink or purple? And they'll pick which one, and I'll put it in the vase, and then by the end of the class we will have a bouquet of flowers, and I'll say, you can give it to your mom. Here, mom. And we give it to them. So that's another fun prop that I have. Of course, you have this one whenever you do flag, if you want to do anything about America. This is always handy to have. When I play the missing card game, I will use this right here, and I'll be like, let's look. Or I'll take my little Dollar Tree magnifying glass and do the same thing, or I'll do it with my hand. Let's look for which one is missing. Which one's missing? And then we'll look and see, or no, I'll use that. And that's been great too. I'm like, yes, kite, if that's what's missing. Now, another food one that they love, besides ice cream, or you can hold up cake, but I have this from the Dollar Tree again, and they like it. Do you like, the other day I asked, do you like ice cream? No. Do you like hamburger? No. Pizza? No. And finally the mom said, candy, off camera, and I said, oh. And so I pulled this out and I was like, do you like lollipop? And they're like, yay. And so lollipop is a good reward, or if you're teaching candy, any of that, that's another fun prop. So of course, they all love donuts. So I usually try to have some kind of donut because they think that is great. So I have a couple different donuts that they can pick or choose. Another prop that I use with a lot of lessons, and I've seen people do this different ways, but if they leave an S off of something, then I'll bring this up and I'll be like, S, and I'll do likes. Yes, maybe they said like instead of likes, and so I'll just hold this up, and that's all I have to do. I don't even have to say anything, and they're like, likes, and I'm like, yes. you got the S. So anytime I'll just sort of like hold it up to the screen or do it back and forth, and that is another good prop that you can use. And then another one that I use, let me find it right here, when you're doing body parts, or if you want a good reward, you can do, and I think most teachers have this, the Mr. Potato Head. And a lot of times I take his nose, or no, his eyes. That's what I like to do. And once I've said, okay, let's put Mr. Potato Head back together, sometimes they'll say, I'll let them pick which part they want, and if they say eyes, I'll always put it like in, you know, where the ear goes, and I'll look at it, and they'll be like, and they'll say, teacher, no, and I'm like, oh no, and pull it out and then put it back in the right place. So this is a great one when you're wanting to do arms, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, and then also just as a reward for the body parts lesson, or for another lesson if you just want to have fun with Mr. Potato Head. And the kids, they really like that. Now I've used flashcards, and I have a few flashcards that I still use if I can find where I put them. I don't know, but I will show you this. I use the bus. I have some transportation. I use that, and then I have a taxi. Here's the taxi right here, because that a lot of times is in the lessons, or in modes of transportation. Kiwi for fruit, I use that. Now here's my cards. Sometimes, and again, the words are read backwards in the camera, so I'll just cover the words up. And I'll do this if they have pie in the lesson. Robot a lot of times is in the lesson, so I'll be like, you are robot. And or I'll ask them, what is it? And they'll say robot. And kite is in the lesson, so I'll show that, or I'll be like, kite. And then of course cake. Do you like cake? Anytime you can ask the do you like sentences, questions, they like that. And so anyway, I see that my video is getting long, and I didn't want that, so maybe I'll separate this into 2 videos. We'll have prop session 1 and prop session 2, so that you don't have to watch such a long video. But let me go to a couple more that I do like to use. I have this piece of artwork from my kids, and anytime we're talking about painting or drawing or art, then I'll just pull this up and I'll use it, or I'll point to it if they're talking about art room or art lesson. I'll just pull this up and use it in many different ways. So that's always good to have on hand, just a piece of art. And I always do keep my whiteboard. I don't do much on it since I don't write backwards, but like the other day we had the lesson drawing, and I'll draw a flower, a petal at a time. Or if I want to draw a scene for them, I can do that on here. Now, something else that I use a lot, and that is my sun, because there's a lot of different lessons that have to do with sun, or getting up, or the sun shining, daytime, whatever, but I use this a lot in my teaching. And of course, you cannot teach without some kind of ball. So because they talk about sports, and again, what do you like? Do you like basketball? You know, if they tell me and I say, what's your favorite sport? And then of course I have the football, the basketball, the soccer, or Chinese football to them. And of course I have my hand clapper that I'll do high fives with, or do a round of applause with at the end to celebrate them. Now, I think that is about all, except I didn't tell you that I have my characters. I have Joey. These are ZebraEnglish characters, and I have Chico, and I have Zach and Emma, and I use them also like if we're doing the different parts, or if I just want to hold them up in the lesson for something, I have those that I can do something with them also. So I think that is about the basis of my props, you know, just food, colors, all of that. Speaking of colors, I do have my colors, these little crayons that are so cute that I found at the thrift store for like 25 cents. And I use them if we want to do drawing, coloring, colors, you know, if something's pink or orange. And then a couple other items that I keep on hand. Again, I found these at Dollar Tree, but A lot of the lessons have to do with frog or turtle, and it could be the turtle going slow, the word turtle, just differing ones, and the octopus. And again, you can find these in Dollar Tree, like in little knit bags, like 3 for $1. But I use those also a lot in my lessons as they come up. So, oh, and one other item I wanted to show you. Let me find it. Where did I put it? Right here. Farm animals come up a lot. And so I have this farm animal puzzle, and it has these pieces off of it, and I will use those. We will put this puzzle together, like if it's a horse, or we're doing the farm lesson or the animal lesson, and I will ask them, do you want a cow or a horse, or which one do you want? And then they'll pick one, and then we put it in here. Or I can just point to the different animals and ask them, what animal it is, what sound does it make. So that's been a fun prop that I have used a lot in my Zebra English classes. And of course I'll use seasonal. If it's fall, I'll have some pumpkins or something about Thanksgiving. If it's Christmas, I have Christmas items. If it's something about the beach, I do have a few like that. So I try to have some fun things. And then of course I have a video about birthdays, and I celebrate their birthdays, and I go all out, and I have my stash of birthday stuff for them, so you can watch that video on it. But so yeah, you don't have to use one prop with Zebra English. I hardly use any props anymore, but I still have these just a little assortment of props that I can pull from, just to make it exciting, different, and fun for my students. Because, with my regular students, they see me every week. So to pull something out different is fun for them, fun for me, and it just gives some variety. And that's the spice of life, right? So, all right, well, I hope this video has helped you. Maybe add to your collection of props, or maybe to just downsize your props to a few. Again, you don't have to use any with Zebra, but you can use some if you want to also. All right, well, share your favorite props down below in the comments section, and let me know if I can help you in any way with Zebra English or the hiring process, or any other questions you have about teaching with Zebra English. All right, until the next time, goodbye.